Good morning, everyone. I wanted to share with you something a little unusual that happened to me. The other night, I had a dream, and for the first time in my life, it was specific scriptures and references that was given to me in this dream. Now, I have dreamed many things before, but I don't ever recall having chapter and verses referenced in a dream like this. The strange part was I couldn't remember which one of these scriptures I was supposed to look up first. And in the dream, I was trying to find whichever one I was supposed to be looking up first and couldn't locate it. And eventually I found the other one. So naturally, when I woke up, I looked up both verses. And if I'm being honest, my first reaction was, Lord, really, am I missing something? Like, what's going on here, God? Because at first glance, these verses don't appear to have much to do with each other at all. In 1 Kings 2:19, Bathsheba comes before King Solomon, who is her son, to make a request on behalf of Adonijah, who is King Solomon's brother. Solomon rises to honor his mother and seats her at his right hand and places favor, influence, and access at her feet. Then in 2 Kings 2:19, the men of Jericho come to Elisha and they say, the city is pleasant, but the water is bad and the land is barren. Now, one passage is about a king, the other one is about poison. One passage is about access, the other passage is about barrenness. At first glance, they seem completely unrelated. But as I sat with these scriptures, a powerful message began to emerge. Bathsheba had access to the king. The men of Jericho had access to the prophet. Both understood something many of us miss. They both brought their concerns to the right source. Can I tell you something? Many of us spend more time talking about our problems than bringing our problems before God. We tell our friends, we tell our coworkers, we even tell social media, we tell anyone that will listen. Everybody hears about our problem except the King of Kings. Bathsheba understood the value of access. The men of Jericho understood where healing could be found. And then the message took another turn. The men of Jericho said something very profound. The city is pleasant, but the water is bad. In modern language, that sounds like this. The house looks good, but the marriage is struggling. The ministry looks successful, but pride is growing. The bank account is growing, but peace is disappearing. The social media profile looks blessed, but the soul is exhausted. The city looked fine, but what was feeding the city was unhealthy. The appearance wasn't the issue. What was feeding the city was the issue. And I believe that's a word for many of us today. Many of us spend so much time trying to fix what's showing up in our lives that we never stop to look at what's causing it. We ask God to change the results we can see, but often hesitate when He wants to address the deeper issues producing those results. The truth is, lasting change doesn't start with the fruit. It starts with the root. Lord, fix my finances. And God responds, let's talk about stewardship. We come back and we say, Lord, fix my relationship. And God said, well, let's talk about forgiveness. Lord, give me peace. And God says, let's talk about what you're feeding your mind. The miracle in Jericho happened because God healed the source that was sustaining the city. He didn't start with the branches, the leaves, or even the fruit. He went straight to the source, the water supply that was feeding everything else. That's the part of this message that really challenged me. Not everything that is barren in your life is the result of a curse. Some things become unfruitful because the source feeding them has been contaminated. That's a very important difference. A curse calls for deliverance. A contaminated source calls for correction. At times, we're rebuking the enemy when God is inviting us to renew our minds. We're trying to cast out what we should be confronting. We're praying against symptoms while leaving the root cause untouched. That one stings a little bit. The reality is that many of us can clearly see what's coming out of our lives, but we never pause to examine what's flowing into our lives. What conversations are feeding your spirit? What voices are shaping your perspective? What habits are influencing your choices? What content is disciplining your mind? What bitterness, offense, fear, pride, jealousy, or compromise has quietly found a place in your heart? Because what consistently feeds you will eventually shape you. If fear feeds you, fear will shape you. If bitterness feeds you, bitterness will shape you. If gossip feeds you, gossip will shape you. If truth feeds you, guess what? Truth will shape you. And if God's word feeds you, God's word will shape you. Jesus said in Matthew 12:35, a good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things. Notice where he begins, not with the fruit, but with the treasure, the reservoir, the wellspring, the source. The issue isn't always what is growing out of your life. Sometimes the real issue is what has been feeding your life all along. So today, take a moment for a spiritual inventory. Before asking God to change the fruit, ask him to reveal what's feeding it. Before asking him to fix what's visible, ask him to uncover what's hidden. Before asking him to change your circumstances, ask him to show you whatever is feeding the fear, the frustration, the bitterness, the compromise, and the discouragement beneath the surface. Because when God changes the source, the fruit begins to change as well. Maybe that's why these two verses connect so powerfully. 1 Kings 2:19 reminds us that we have access to the King. 2 Kings 2:19 reminds us to bring him the real problem, not just the symptoms, the source, not merely the fruit, what's feeding it. So today, don't just complain about the fruit you're seeing. Ask yourself a deeper question. What's feeding you? Because what feeds you will eventually form you. And what forms you will eventually be revealed through you. Have a blessed day.
I had a dream about two scriptures. One spoke of access to the King. The other spoke of a city that looked healthy but was being fed by contamination. And God asked a question. The question I'm asking you today. What's feeding you? I've been praying for the harvest, asking God to make it grow, wondering why the fields are barren when the seeds were surely sown. Then he showed me something deeper, something hidden from my sight. The problem wasn't in the branches, it was what was feeding life. The city looked so beautiful, the streets were lined with dreams, but underneath the surface things were not what they seemed. Everybody saw the sunshine, nobody saw beneath. The thing that was supplying life was affecting everything. What's feeding you? What's feeding you? What's feeding you? Before you blame the harvest, feeding you. Fear or faith, truth or lies, what's shaping who you are inside. What's feeding you? Because eventually what feeds you will form you, shape you, and make you Everybody talking fruit, God talking roots. Everybody chasing blessings, God's examining truth. We rebuke fear, but feed anxiety. Pray for peace, still entertain the rivalry. Want a different outcome, keep the same intake. Wonder why we're struggling, yet never investigate. What's flowing through your spirit? What's shaping your mind? What's discipling your thinking when nobody's around? We scroll all day, we compare all night. We rehearse soul wounds instead of pursuing Christ. God said, don't miss the truth. Stop staring at the fruit. Whoa! What's feeding you? What's feeding you? What's feeding you? What's feeding you? Before you blame the heart. What's feeding you? Fear or faith, truth or lies? What's shaping who you are inside? What's feeding you? Because eventually, what feeds you will form you, shape you, make you. Not everything barren is cursed. Some things need healing. Not everything broken is hopeless. Some things need yielding. The miracle wasn't in the branches. Whoa. The miracle was underneath. Whoa. The answer wasn't in the symptoms. It was what was doing the feeding. Search my heart, renew my mind. Leave no hidden thing behind. Search my heart, renew my mind. Lord, reveal what feeds my life. Bathsheba knew where to go. Jericho knew who to call. Jesus knows the hidden places. Jesus sees the source of it all. I've got access to the King. You too have access to the King. Why am I crying to people when I can run to the King? Why are you seeking others' opinions when you can run to the King? What's feeding you? Let God's word shape everything in you. What's feeding you? What's feeding you? As you walk with Jesus, what's feeding you? Made a difference too. Do you gossip less? Do you pray more? Do you seek God's will more than before? What's feeding you? What's feeding you? What's feeding you? Before you blame the harvest, what's feeding you? Fear or faith, truth or lies, what's shaping who you are inside? What's feeding you? What's feeding you? Because eventually, what feeds you will form you, shape you, and make you. The city looked pleasant, but what was feeding it was contaminated. The appearance wasn't the problem. What was feeding it was. So, before you complain about the fruit, ask yourself, what's feeding you? Because eventually, what feeds you will form you, shape